are reporting for this new channel called E4 to E6 defense because we like to play one E4 as white, and we also like to play the French, so that was a rather logical name. And I'm going to show some games I've played in the last year, and I've annotated. The first tournament I will show you is a rapid play at Bury, played on December the 2nd, 2012. And this is my round 1 game. I was paired up against Jerzynek, and I opened with who's 136 ECF he was. I was 156 rapid. I played D4, which is what I played at the time. He played E6, and now I knew that if I played anything other than E4, he would play the Stonewall Dutch, and I wasn't afraid of 1F5 because I was planning on maybe an anti-Dutch, but I avoided the Stonewall because I really do not like playing against it. I played E4, and now we go back into French defence territory. D5, Knight C3, Bishop B4. This is the winner variation, which I play myself as black, and it is a very tough and complex opening, and one slip can prove fatal. I played the main move, which is E5, which is blocking up the centre and creating a space advantage on the king side. He plays C5, which is a common French move where you strike back at the D4 point and try and gain space on the queen side. An interesting alternative is the Petrosian variation, which is this odd looking queen D7 move, where black's plan is if queen G4 you can play F5 to support the pawn with tempo, and you can also play moves like B6 and Bishop A6, and it's quite a solid line which I'm also interested in, but I have not yet played it in a serious game, but I've had decent record with it in practice games. It's good to have more than one line in the French because you can be hit by prep if you're just going to play stuff like the poison pawn all the time. He played C5s, so A3. An alternative is Bishop D2, just avoiding any structural damage. But I allow the structural damage because you get the bishop in return. You see now a very dynamic, unbalanced struggle will lie ahead. And after Knight E7, the main move is Queen G4, and black will usually sacrifice his kingside pawns. This is the poison pawn winner, but I didn't feel too great this morning, so I played Knight F3, which is the positional line. The other alternative is A4, and now he castled, which is a bit risky because I can get a lot of firepower at his king quite quickly. Because the thing is, when I play E5, I've created a space advantage on the king side, and you usually attack the direction which the pawns face. So my D4 and E5 pawns are aiming towards his king. The main move and what I'd play is B6. This is much safer, and this has a plan of Bishop A6 to swap black's white squared bishop off, which is his bad bishop, and also white's good bishop, and to also castle queenside. And white has plans like A4 and Bishop A3 to activate the dark squared bishop, which black hasn't got, being it's a lot more powerful, and also Knight G5, so to try and discourage queenside castling, because then F7 will be weak. But he castles. It's actually fine, but it's a bit risky. I played Bishop D3. You see now all this firepower at his king, and now I have actually a serious threat. And now he played C4, which is a catastrophic blunder. The best move is to play H6. This takes away any potential Greek gifts, and now white should play A4. This prepares to activate the extra dark squared bishop on the A3 to F8 diagonal, and also if black plays B6 and Bishop A6 to trade the bishops off, white can play A5 to undermine black's queenside. So it is a multi-purpose move. So after C4, well, French players should always be wary when the bishop on D3 points at H7, with a knight ready to spring to G5 with check, unleashing the queen. C4 is usually a double-edged move where it gains a tempo, gains space and fixes white's pawn weaknesses, but on the other hand, it takes the pressure off white's centre, allowing hacks to occur more easily. However, this move just allowed a thematic sacrifice, which I played with bishop takes h7 check. Kerblam. If black tries declining the sacrifice, we play knight g5. If g6, we just play queen f3, with dual threats of queen f6 mate and queen h3. If knight f5, we play queen h5, knight a6, and now the crushing move is knight e4, with an unstoppable threat of bishop takes h6, and that is curtains. So king takes h7, and now knight g5 check, and now if king g8, we win with queen h5. He has to move his rook to create an escape square for his king, but now, and a4 is the killing move. So after the knight has to move, and then we have check, bishop a3. And king h6, well, white can obviously win the queen with knight takes e6 check, but queen g4 is stronger. And then we have knight f5, we have queen f3, king g6, queen h7 mate. So he tries to run with king g6. And the usual follow-up in this position is to play queen g4, but it wasn't the best move actually. h4 is a lot more stronger and instantly crushing. After queen g4, he should have played, and I knew he should have played f5, because now the discoveries don't work because he's on my queen. So I should play queen g3, maintain the tension, and now f4. Now bishop takes f4 isn't that good, because after knight f5, black's now in the game again. So better is to retreat to, well, to come back to g4, renewing the threats, and now queen e8, which is now a good move. Now h4, king h6, bishop takes f4, and white is still winning, but this is nowhere near as crushing as h4. But instead he plays queen e8, and now I just played knight takes e6 check, and it is mate on g7 next turn. So he resigned. Not a bad start, a quick knockout blow with a sacrificial attack. I also saw him on the tram the next day, on the way to university, which was rather amusing after this 12 move win. My quickest ever win of all time, and puts me on 1 out of 1 in this very tough and complex under 170 section. So I hope you enjoyed this first video for the e4 to e6. I thought I would start with a French game. And please leave any comments and thoughts. Thanks very much.